And let us see where is soil. Take us any questions. We were talking about classification of soils. We were looking at different ways of classifying soils. We will not go the pedologist way. We are going to go the way of the geographer. Is everyone clear? यहाँ तक हमने बात की थी. Any question? So morning maybe wrote an answer for environment also. So people who are doing the classes in the morning, I hope you got an input on that also, just in case you are not in GS. कल एक environmetics की special class हुई थी. We had a special class on environmetics, in which a lot of questions from current affairs and whatever is happening latest are included. So this month environmetics में weekends पर जो special sessions लगेंगे, we will keep certain special sessions. So please don't miss them. That's my suggestion to all of you. Is everyone okay with that? Good morning, audible. Thank you, Sarveshwar. So anything else? Any doubts? Any questions? If there are more questions, then we will start working on this. And there are people who are still sending messages. Attempt कब दोगी? You know, such messages, ये मोहब्बती messages भेजना बंद करें. कब तक देने वाली हो attempt? पूछ रहा हूँ ऐसे ही. और नोट्स लिख रही हो, सर तो लिखवा नहीं रहे हैं. पिछली बार से कुछ नोट्स लिखे कि नहीं लिखे? ये जो जेंटलमैन है इन्होंने कभी आंसर नहीं सबमिट किया. इज नेवर सबमिटेड आंसर, इज नेवर सबमिटेड एनीथिंग होमवर्क, और नोट्स कर रहे हैं. ये भी ऑफलाइन क्लास भी करते हैं. काफी जगह इनकी भक्ति है. So everyone, I hope you're writing. You have sufficient content in written class में भी वो सब बनाए थे कि नहीं? All those factors and forms. साथ में book भी है. That is the request. But then there are PDF lovers में कैटेगरी वाले जो बच्चे हैं, इनको IAS बनना नहीं है. इनको क्या बनना है? स्टॉकर बनना है. तो इनको मैंने मैसेज भेज दिया बहुत अच्छे से कि भाई ये स्टॉकिंग करना शुरू करो, शुरू मत करो, बंद करो. बाकी अच्छी बात तो नहीं है. और अगर आप कंटिन्यू करते हैं तो the girl has also been told to keep the screenshot of such things. I have also kept the screenshots of such things. और ग्रुप से भी इनको हटा देते हम, है ना? ऐसे हमारे पास बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं जो इतने जिज्ञासु बालक हैं. So I have a request: use social media with some responsibility. Use social media as an advantage to your study, not to stop people. है ना? और जब आप बोलते हैं, especially when you are talking to people who are actually serious about the studies, who are actually making, जो क्लास में हो रहा है वो सब लिख रहे हैं, तो जब आप उनको कुछ बोलेंगे तो वो कहेंगे अरे पगला गए हो क्या यार? That's a very strange thing. But मैंने कहा ना, लोग नेटफ्लिक्स की तरह अगर देख रहे हैं, दिस फेलो इज वाचिंग लाइक नेटफ्लिक्स. पिछले मेरे ख्याल से 2 क्लास में तो परेशान हो गए आप लोग लिखते लिखते. वी हैव रिटन सो मच. ट्रू और नॉट? और आज भी बहुत सारा है, पूरा फ्लो चार्ट है हमारे पास. वी विल बी डूइंग द एंटायर फ्लो चार्ट ऑन दिस दैट वी हैव टू वर्क ऑन. Just uploading the slide. Same slide will continue. So we say, sir, today is my first class on Unacademy. I want to take geography optional. Please suggest from where I should start to cover 100% syllabus. So, Shobit, this course you have to go on the profile, and the first class is called Course Orientation and Blueprint. That is a special lecture that has been kept for students who are joining geography so that they know about it. Okay? So you will get to know about that. Shobit, first class called the Course Orientation and Blueprint. I would suggest you do that. Today's class, as it is, you would find कि बहुत सारी चीजें हैं which we have done. You may not understand that. Chaitanya is also saying, sir, should I watch from the starting? Chaitanya, अभी जो है पिछले 2 दिन में we have been talking about soils. So 2 days ago we started. आप चाहें तो 2 दिन पहले से शुरू कर सकते हैं. Today is biogeography 3. So to reach biogeography 3, you don't have to start from all the lectures till now. Biogeography is a standalone thing. You can start from biogeography 1. Do we get that? So I would suggest that. आप अपना time भी बचाएंगे. So start from doing that. And Chaitanya, since you are also new, you are also considering what is it. So Shobit and Chaitanya, I have a request: course orientation and blueprint जरूर देखें. That will help. I hope that settles everything. Telegram channel जो है उस पर भी there is a Telegram channel or the group on which we are submitting this. You can be on that also. Okay. अब information मिल गई. Sir, I take offline for GS sir apart from GS geography because it is already covered in geography option. मनीष क्वेश्चन क्या बच्चे? I take offline for GS apart from geography. अच्छा, geography छोड़ के आप लेते हैं. हाँ, you will cover that. That is not an issue, Manish. But Manish, make sure you do the current affairs part of it. Optional में we are more on the theoretical. Harsh is saying I also missed biogeography 1 and 2. Harsh, yes, definitely 1 and 2 तो करना पड़ेगा ना बेटा, वो सारे principles आज apply होंगे. So I would suggest आप third class ऐसे करेंगे तो ज़्यादा better होगा. Everyone with me on that? So biogeography, please do 1 and 2 because we have taught students certain things which will be used over here. आज हम ये सारी चीजें हम कर चुके हैं. All these things have happened. We have looked at all these areas. Now we are going to talk about, today we are going to talk about this table, USDA. Now we have come to soil classification. Soil classification. Okay. So can we make a table? Everyone, table बनाएंगे. So take a fresh sheet, turn your notebook around. Take a fresh sheet, turn your notebook around. So we'll write all soils. pedocal, pedal. Is that everyone? Pedocal and pedal. He divided the world. पहले तो simple thing which we talked of in the last class. He divided the world into what we call as the zonal system of soil. And this is also called as the zonal classification. Okay. So he divided the world into zonal categories, but some soils are there which do not fall in these categories. They are called azonal. Is everyone okay? First is we are looking at the broadest possible classification of soils, pedocal and pedalfer. Now, please understand pedalfer. Where is pedalfer created and how is pedalfer created? Everyone, quickly, if you can suggest something. Pedalfer, जल्दी से बताइए. Where there is too much of rain. Where there is too much of rain, aluminium and this thing, laterite leaching, perfect, perfect. So in this also, pedalfer, we have two categories. Pedalfer zonal, pedalfer intrazonal. What is this? I will also tell you all this, but first make the table. In pedalfer zonal, we have ash, grey, podzol, ash grey podzol, grey, brown podzol, latosol. In intrazonal, we have hydromorphic, and in hydromorphic we have bog, meadow, lanosol. Hear that? Bog, meadow, and lanosol. When we are in pedocal, pedocal also has intrazonal and zonal. In zonal, we will write down chernozem, chestnut, grey desert, red desert. Great desert and red desert. Is everyone with me on this? Grey desert and red desert. Here when I am looking at, I have two soils, halomorphic and calcimorphic. Halomorphic and calcimorphic. Memorize. This is to be memorized quickly. This picture should go in your mind. Quickly, this picture should go in your mind. And then I'll explain one by one. Just the names, you'll understand all of them. That's not a problem. And you'll also learn ways to remember them. You'll also learn ways to remember them. If I may add something, I can add something to the azonal ones. Azonal are of two types: regosol, lithosol. Do we get that? Perfect. So let me continue with this. Zonal versus azonal. I expect a short note on this. Zonal versus azonal. Is everyone with me on this? So what is it? Let us understand this. Zonal versus azonal. So do you remember source region in air masses? Do you remember the term source region? soils that develop over vast regions under conditions of uniformity. Just like a source region. Remember, the air mass used to acquire property from the source region. So we have huge area, where the climate is the same, topography, moisture, everything is the same. And under the influence of those zonal properties, zonal situations, the soil takes birth. Do we get that? So where are latosols created, everyone? Where are latosols created? Where in the world are latosols created? Quickly. Latosols. So warm, humid and warm region. A lot of rainfall happening over there. Yes or no? Which areas are warm and very humid? Which areas? So tropical, subtropical areas, equatorial regions. Okay? Zonal. Okay. Port zone where? Port zone where? Port zonalization where? So where there is cold climate, moisture should be there, humid, but cold and humid. Cold and humid. So there is a whole belt like that. Which belt is that? Tiger belt. So the soils will be there. Is everyone okay? Do we get that? So this is zonal soil. Zonal soil. Soils not created over vast uniform regions display heterogeneity in formation and types. बहुत तरह के soils mix है उसमें, ठीक है? They don't seem like they are, like look like they are products of the glaciated regions, but found in the tropical regions. Products of the desert region, but found in the humid region. How is that possible? Can you think of an example? A zonal soil. Alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is an absolute example of an azonal soil. Remember, alluvial soil will carry the moraines also, moraines of the hills. It will carry the wind deposited ones also. So all those things will be there or not? Think about it. Think about it. If you are not able to connect to it, then it's a problem. Can I say black soil is a zonal soil? Black soil can be a zonal soil. True or not? Can I say laterites are zonal soils? Laterites are zonal soils. एक तरह के climate में मिलते हैं, एक तरह के बड़े zone में मिलते हैं. True or not? And here what I am saying, I can say that these are alluvial soils. So there is something called as maturity of the soil. So which soil would be mature? More likely mature and with well-defined horizons. Remember, horizonation takes time, so horizons will develop over there. But these can be immature, partial, or no horizons. Do we get that? Possible. We're just trying to think and link. We're trying to think and link. That's what we're talking about. So we have examples also, we have this also, and depending on that, we will be able to create an answer. Now everyone, I have a question. Please pay attention to this. I have a question. Please pay attention to this. There's something called as intrazonal soil. Intrazonal soil is midway. Intrazonal is they are found in the zone. Yes or no? So if I ask you, African, their normals in color, dark or light. Africans, so dark skin color. Europeans, dark or light, so light. Can we find a European in Africa? A European settled in Africa? Can we find an African settled in Europe and North America? True. Do they have the characteristic property of their zone? Yes, sir. European remains fair in skin and African remains dark because their zonal characteristics are there. But where are they found? They are found in an area where they cannot. So can I say because of some unique properties, you are having properties different from that of the zone. Okay? Just to give you an example, that I have a region where grasslands are there. So grassland will have a soil. Characteristic soil. Is it a zonal soil? Yes, zonal soil. Now in the grassland, I have a water body or a wetland. Will the wetland soil be different from the grassland soil? True or not? But on a macro scale, this soil lies in the grassland. But at a macro scale, is it a variation or not? So if a soil is found in a big zone, but because of the local conditions, it is different from the main zone, that is called intrazonal. Is everyone okay? Soil is there, everything okay, but here the rocks are made up of limestone. Tell me, will the properties be different from the zone? From the bigger zone, though it is in the zone. So it is a soil within a bigger zone. It is a soil within the bigger zone, but because of local conditions that can be there. Is everyone okay? Black soil in India, which is called the Regur soil. Have you heard the name Regur soil? Regur soil of India is very fertile, good for agriculture, but has got patches of saline soil these days. Salinization, have you heard there or not? हमने irrigation कर दिया, वहाँ पे water logging हो गया. Heard of that? So that is what we have done, what we have seen. Regur, or that belt is what? That belt is definitely within a zone, but a smaller one has got an intrazonal property. Is everyone okay with this? So if a question comes, differentiate between zonal and intrazonal. Can you handle that? Yes. Azonal also. Is everyone clear on this? So this is one thing which I wanted everyone to be clear about. So let's move further. Where are we further? If I'm looking at further. So zonal पे शुरू करें. This table has been given to you. I hope, again, my intention is every class, almost every class, I don't know, that student who was writing, he generally has not been attending any of the classes, but वो ये ना मौका मिलता है social media पे to look for hunting grounds, and especially if people are not concealing their identity. तो लड़की का नाम देखकर दिल धड़कता है ना, दिल तो बच्चा है जी, ये नहीं पता कि लड़की नहीं, लड़की के पिताजी का नाम है, तो that's a different story. बट बेचारे का वो था, बोला कि सर नोट्स नहीं है. तो एवरीवन, डू वी हैव सफिशिएंट नोट्स? लिख भी रहे हो, ये भी है, एंड देयर इज अ लॉट, कंटेंट की कमी नहीं पड़ेगी फॉर एवरीथिंग. All the topics which we have covered, everything you have handouts, and everything you have elementary things to be written in the class, and there has been answer writing also. So please make sure that you do not lose your confidence and focus in what materials you have. In what material you have, use it in the examination more than enough. PDF hunter मत बनो और social media hunter मत बनो. मैं बता रहा हूँ, they may not have even the courage to talk to neighborhood people, family people, but on social media they have the courage to talk कैसे हो. Yes, so please be mindful of such people. Focus. You have sufficient. We have talked about it. Okay? So these are the properties. पूर्वी से सर आई तो इवन सेंट हिम सैंपल्स. पूर्वी वो यही चाहते हैं. They want you to be engaged. Would you want to engage with such conversations? तो बोलेगा हमसे लिखा नहीं जा रहा है, क्या आप हमें हाथ पकड़ के लिखवाएंगे? उनका हाथ लास्ट टाइम पिताजी ने पकड़ा था, तेज पकड़ लिया था थोड़ा सा. So I hope especially girls on social media, be mindful of these unsolicited call. ठीक है. WhatsApp पर a beautiful girl profile comes to me and says, hi, कैसे हो? Yesterday I got that message. Hi, कैसे हो? So first response was, I felt like writing, do I know you? I thought of writing, do I know you? It could have also been, are you my student? That was my first thing which came to me. कि अपनी identity तो reveal करे, फोटो बहुत अच्छी लगा रखी है, hi, कैसे हो? Obviously student तो नहीं लिखेगा कैसे हो. And when I don't know this girl, why should I respond? Block कर दिया भाई, block and delete. Trust me, social media, there are so many things. Hi, कैसे हो? मैं ठीक हूँ, आपसे पूछा नहीं, कोई वो नहीं. अगर मुझे जानते तो मैं पहचान लेता कि नहीं? True? वो देखो, वो मधुकर बोला सर स्टिल यू लुक सो यंग, इसलिए पूछे. मधुकर, बूढ़े लोगों को भी पूछ लेते हैं, ऐसी बात नहीं है. आपके पास कुछ टाटा, बिरला, अंबानी का अकाउंट होना चाहिए. If you have heard of that there has been spying on Indian defense officers, senior defense officers. Have you seen that or not? Spying. So it has got nothing to do with age. It has got nothing to do with this age. So please understand, social media में बहुत misrepresentation है. Let us keep ourselves educated and aware. It is nothing that I'm saying, like this can happen to anyone. So at times, like we're living in this generation, we should be aware and we should be sharing such things कि ये हुआ. Do not entertain them. Seriously. Hi, कैसे हो? I don't know you. आपकी फोटो भी है and I'm not able to recognize you. So भाई, how can I be? और हाँ, ये जरूर है कि अभी उम्र नहीं रह गई कि मैं ट्राई करूँ कि भाई पूछ रही है तो यार महिला की मदद करनी चाहिए and all that thing. So I'm happy with helping my wife with all her queries, and she has a lot of queries. Don't worry, to make my life pretty challenging. And then I have my family to handle them. I have my friends and everyone, and I have my genuine students who have a lot of things to talk to. Okay? So I was talking to you about that girl who went for her interview. So interview में ये latest है आप लोगों के लिए. This is the latest. People are worried. This fellow who's writing notes कब मिलेंगे? Remember somebody said that can I have the answers के notes? So this girl writes, hi, good morning, sir. Sir, I got job sir again. So last year also she gave interview to the same person where she has cleared last year. And I was asked completely random questions. Nothing was asked from my detailed application form, nothing from geography, and nothing from physics, in which I am a postgraduate. कुछ नहीं पूछा भाई. Random questions. One of them questions can be, how can women in India save themselves from this stalking that happens in social media? So just telling you, जिन लोगों को लगता है कि question answer approach and everything that is there, latest I'm saying just before the class, she completed the interview, so she sent me a message that this has happened. So please be careful on that. Develop your views, your opinions. Yes, my notes will be there. My study material will also be there. That is to guide you. That is to give you some basic language. Okay. So zonal पे चलते हैं. We are in the zonal thing. So he divided the world into two zones. Zone number 1, where precipitation is less than evapotranspiration. And other one is precipitation is greater than evapotranspiration. Is everyone with me? Sorry. So can I say this is humid region or arid region? Which one? Arid and humid. This is humid. This is arid. So he divided the world into two parts. He divided the world into two parts, arid and humid. So when we're talking about this, can I say the dominant process? Tell me what is the pedogenic process that will dominate here and the process here quickly, if you can recall. And that is why I requested, 2-3 new students not to start from here, because then you will not be able to connect. Jaldi se bataiye, which process? Precipitation and evaporation. Humid mein which process? Mega is saying lateralization. Okay, Mega, that's okay. Can I say downward movement? And in this, upward translocation. Some of you are calling it lateralization. You are absolutely correct. If you are calling it desilication, you are absolutely correct. Do we get that? Downward. And if you are also calling it podzolization, is it correct? If I say you're calling it podzolization, is that correct? Can it be called podzolization, everyone? वहां पर भी डाउनवर्ड मूवमेंट. So can I say silication also? ये यहाँ पर क्या कह रहे हो आप लोग? Capillary action. Are you calling this capillary action? Are you calling this as calcification? Everyone, are you calling this as calcification? Are you also thinking of using the word salinization? Soil salinization. Are you looking that also? Yes. Perfect. Good. ठीक है. चलिए. So let us look at this then. Let us look at this. वापस आ रहा हूँ. Pedalfer. As I go from here to here. As I go from top to bottom. ठीक है. Moisture decreases. Everyone, moisture decreases. Can you update your table? Table यहाँ भी दिखा. It is there also. Temperature increases, moisture decreases. Moisture decreases. इधर के लिए थोड़ा सा shift कर रहा हूँ everyone. Moisture decreases for this side, for the desert side. In here, can I say the temperature increases? True, everyone. Temperature increases, moisture available to the soil. So soil moisture decreases. Everyone with me on this? Clear? So I'm going for the zonal soils. I am going only for the zonal soils. Zonal soil. Zonal pedalfer. Zonal pedalfer. What is happening? Downward movement is happening. Leaching is happening. Laterization is happening. And what soil is created? Latosol and podzol. Can I write both of them? Latosol and podzol. Everyone okay? What is the process? Laterization. What is the process? Podzolization. So everyone who's not understanding what I am doing, I am doing the first category from my table. I am doing zonal classification. I am dealing with the word podzol and latosol to begin with. Latosol category, and in between I will try to compare them also. So the process that creates, so I'm making a table notes. These are table notes. You can convert them into an answer on your own. So laterization and podzolization. Laterization and podzolization. Can I say nature of soil? Nature of soil. एक ही पर फोकस करते हैं. Can I say it is leached? Acidic or basic? Acidic. High on silica, low on silica. High on silica, low on silica. So all of you are calling it high. Remember, this is desilication, बच्चे. Silica low. Leached, acidic, silica. And what is excess? Excess of what? Iron and aluminium. Everyone okay? For the right side, what words would you want to give me, everyone? Should I keep it as leached? Yes, leached. Acidic, more acidic, less acidic. Acidic, more acidic, less acidic. So less. और मेरा आंसर था more acidic. Quickly tell me why more acidic. जल्दी से बताइए, रीजन भी बताया था. I told you the reason. Why is podzol more acidic than latosol? Raki silica has got nothing to do with acidity, beta. Acidity is because of that Shivaji leaching is happening on both the sides. Madhukar leaching is happening on both the sides. Why more acidic compared to that? Latosol is more acidic. Yes, some people are getting it. Sayyid has got it. Himansha has got it. Purvi has got it. The litter. Conifer litters. गलत कर रहे हो क्या अंशु बच्चे? गलत answer. Conifer litter is acidic. So you have acidic because of two reasons this time. One is leaching, and the second one is litter. So who will become more acidic? This one will become more acidic. So please, everyone, जब भी बात आती है acidity की, silica से connect नहीं करेंगे. That is to do with acid and base. And yes, silica वाला part we will keep that alive. Everyone okay with this? यहाँ तक clear? With me? If any questions, please ask. If any questions, please feel free to ask. Keep thinking, keep linking. Perfect. So silica, can I say silica is high or low? The silica is high, sir. Iron and aluminium, high or low? Low. Why low? Sir, soluble sesqui oxide have gone down. Perfect. Everyone, can you see that today's explanation part, today's writing part will become low if we know our processes from the past? That is all which I wanted you to connect. That is why I said the classes are linked over there. Achha, utility. So how useful is this soil? Is it fertile? Jaldi se bataiye. Is it fertile? Not very fertile and useful for agriculture. In fact, किसके लिए यूज था? Bricks के लिए. Remember? Let us jump to this side. How is this side doing? How is this soil? Agriculture के लिए good, bad? Okay, so all people who are saying good and fertile, you are not paying attention to the basics, बच्चों. More acidic. When a soil is more acidic, will it be good or not? So it is also not good. Not good for agriculture. Good for silviculture. और यहाँ पर क्या है? Bricks and silviculture. What is silviculture? Trees लगा सकते हो, tree grow करो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Grow trees as much as you want. You can grow your trees, no problem. Everyone with me? Grow trees. Forestry के लिए important है. The entire taiga forest will be seen as an example of this. I hope everyone, I made myself clear with this. With me on this? Are you with me on this? Perfect. उसके आगे एक और criteria, one more criteria. Let us do that. Humus content, high or low? Humus, nutrient cycling, and weathering type. Humus, high or low? So humus you are saying is low. Why low? Why low on the podzol side? Why is it low? Quickly everyone, why is humus low? Why is humus low? Sir, very strong polamine has got nothing to do with leaching. What is humus? Litter और उससे जो mineral बनता है. So they saying no plant or less plant. Say the equatorial rainforest. You are telling me latosol does not have plant? Absolutely wrong. Himansha is saying no litter. Why? बच्चे, there is forest. You know, this is latosol is the representative. पहले तो ये बताओ, where in the world is latosol found? Equatorial rainforest. पहले भी बताया, very strong bacterial activity. प्रगति nothing to do with acidic. बच्चे, the litter is falling, leaves are falling down. उनका क्या हो रहा है? They are getting consumed very fast. Bacterial activity. Heat में एक बात बताइए ना, when does your food spoil? Which season does your food spoil quickly? So summers. So that is why humus is low. इसका बताइए जल्दी से, humus कैसा है? How is the humus here? High or low? Podzol humus is high or low? High or low? Why high? So many people are saying high. But sir, in the cold areas, sir, bacterial activity will not be there. Then how will be there, sir? If bacterial activity is not there, Saurabh is saying no proper decomposition, sir. So then the humus should be more. So am I talking contradictory or not? Am I talking contradictory? Yes, I am talking contradictory. Why? Because less litter, they do not shed every year. They do not shed every year. So there also it is low. Okay, I wrote proposal here. Less than latosol. मिल गया प्रियंका Anirban, did you get the answer? Pehla to the litter falling is less, everyone. The litter that is falling, that litter is less. Second thing which I have is, apart from the less litter, either we don't have bacterial activity, but we have fungal activity. What is fungal activity, sir? Have you taken bread and kept it for long? Does that green mold develop on bread? Bread green mold, that is fungal. If you keep your feet wet, you don't dry them properly in your socks, yes, your feet, your joints will start to get cut, smell on that. That is fungal infection. That is fungal infection. You get that fungal. Thanda area hai, moist area hai. Remember, this is what podzol is also excess. No, zonal pedalfur is precipitation. Water is more than evapo. Evapo is evaporation. Transpiration is plant. So net moisture excess areas. No. When you have net moisture excess areas, then you should be careful about it. Is everyone okay with this or not? With me on this, everyone? Is it clear? Nutrient cycling. Nutrient cycling means, everyone, what is nutrient cycling? Nutrients are taken up from the soil. They go into the tree and the leaves and the biomass. They fall down. They release back. This is called cycling. Which one has a faster nutrient cycling? Quickly, faster nutrient cycling. Latosols have fast. Can I say relatively slow? Because slow litter decay is happening. They have humus, but वहां से relatively slow. Can I say that? Weathering type, जल्दी से बताइए. कौन सी weathering हो रही है यहाँ पर? Which weathering has led to this? Lot of water, remember? So chemical weathering. So mechanical is there plus chemical, because water is there. Water is there. इधर कौन सी weathering है? Mostly coarse, no? Glacial, mechanical, because they are close to that cold area, plus chemical if fluvial erosion happens. Everyone okay? Now tell me, you get a short note, everyone. If you get a short note on pedalfur soils, can you write or not? दो ही लिखेंगे. True. What have we done? How many points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Do we get that? 6 points. If I get a question, which is a very, very common question, कि pedalfur दिया गया, sir, if nutrient cycle is fast, then there is no horizon differentiation. पूर्वी, horizon differentiation का nutrient cycle से क्या लेना देना? Everyone, remember soil column. This is O layer, this is A layer, this is B layer, this is C, and this is D. Horizonation happens where? All of it, yes or no? Processes like calcification will take up, this will come down, yes or no? What processes? All processes. When we are talking about nutrient cycling तो बहुत छोटा सा है, very little. Mostly nutrient cycling will finish here only, yes or no? Mostly nutrient exchange कहाँ पर हो रहा है? Gas exchange and nutrient exchange, where is happening most of the time? Litter is falling in the top layer only, no? यहाँ पे था organic layer O1 and O2, और horizonation कहाँ पर हो रहा है? Deep inside. So at least have the scale correct, no? So if there is fast, then how will horizonation happen? Horizonation will keep on happening. It's a very long process. It doesn't happen every day. I said, no, horizonation, why is it happening? Because first of all, there are so many processes within the soil. Soil is a dynamic entity. Things keep on going up, coming down, humidification happens, mineralization happens, organic change happens, the water is moving at many places, leaching out, and sesqui oxide, बहुत सारी चीजें. Now tell me, aluminium and iron sesqui oxide का movement, is it to do with nutrient cycling? So aluminium ion तो वो नहीं खींच रहा है ना, silica भी नहीं ले रहा वो. So get that. I hope you got that idea. So it will have a difference in the, I'm sure, in the top layers. The colors will change. Can I say, broadly it will remain podzol. But because of differences, local differences, the color will change. True. Too much of litter in certain areas. Too much of litter in certain areas will make the soil darker. If that area is getting too much leach, the water is taken down, then also it will change color. So many things will keep on happening. I hope you understand that. Keep that in mind. That is what I wanted you to see and understand. Everyone okay with this? Is that clear? Then let us move further. Where are we? So I'm erasing this. since you asked it out, so I have created this. Now everyone, another thing, this answer won't be complete until unless we show. Remember, geography is about where. You might be very happy, देखो कितना सही हो गया, but it's a pedologist answer, no? Where we have not talked about. And remember, another thing that is geographical is ecological. True. Two things have to be answered. This is where your answer becomes different. This is where the notes collecting student will keep on collecting notes, and you see here you have smartly collected not only notes but also this is actually notes. Notes is not a dictation here. Notes is not a dictation. Funny thing is somebody is expecting कि online में teacher बैठ के dictation करेगा. I am simply saying अरे बाबा online you can watch as many times. Offline में for a minute I can understand you will not get to sit with the teacher again. तो आप जो है सब लिख रहे हैं यहाँ तो भाई play कर सकता है कि नहीं? True. But this is a way in which you can make your notes. You know the points also, but I am saying to get marks you will need something more geographical. Whatever I said is commonsensical and more on the geological part, sorry, pedology part. अब इसको geographical कैसे बनाया जाएगा, map बनाया जाएगा? For a minute, I am not drawing the map. Can I draw our favorite dabba, the favorite box that we know, 0 to 10? Then what do we have? 10 to 30, 30 to 45, 45 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80 and 90. जल्दी से बनाओ, quickly. Get used to this, everyone. You must get used to this. Please get used to this diagram as much as possible. So don't just be the note writer, be the person who's going to clear the examination. Life is easy. इसको तो आप क्रॉस कर रहे हैं. This is ice caps. चलेगा. Soils of the world, ice caps. With me on this, everyone? Zero to 10. Tell me the soils of the world. 0 to 10. Soils of the world. So पूर्वी बेटा सही term use करो. Latosol. Do not write laterite. Sol is the word for soil. Latosol is lateritic soil. Get that? अब ये आ गया आपका टंड्रा. So टंड्रा का soil तो हमने नहीं किया. What soil have we talked of? Taiga. So where is Podzol, everyone? Where is Podzols? Is everyone okay? Can I say this is Podzol? Permafrost is टंड्रा. तो परमाफ्रॉस्ट को हमने उधर रखा हुआ है. उस सॉइल को हम क्या करेंगे? परमाफ्रॉस्ट बोल देंगे. उस सॉइल को भी देखेंगे क्या करना है. बट दिस इज नॉट द सॉइल दैट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. टंड्रा भी कैटेगरी हो गई. बट इज एवरीवन ओके विद पोडजोल? पोडजोल का एड्रेस मिल गया कि नहीं मिल गया? इज एवरीवन ओके? So a person who's used to having breakfast at 8 a.m., 2 meals a day, and dinner at 8 p.m. A person who has 2 meals a day at 8 p.m., is that person hungry or not? True. Now 8 p.m., no food that day. Food was not available. Next day 8 p.m., is he hungry? Super hungry. In between no food happened. The whole day he or she worked up very hungry. True or not? Very hungry. Will the body also start using the reserve fuel? Yes or no? तो चल रहा है, वो सारी चीजें चल रही. Could not get it, and next day 8 a.m. he got food. So 2 days no food. Get that? Some of you might say, sir, मैं तो नवरात्रों में 9 दिन तक मैंने नहीं खाया. That's okay, but were you hungry or not? I'm just saying hungry. खाया नहीं खाया is a different story. Will the hunger increase or not? True. I want to tell you that the degree of podzolization, degree of laterization, can it be different depending upon the water availability? Can I say latosol and podzol are two broad categories? Two broad categories. So when we have absolute podzol-like conditions, we call them ash gray podzol. Ash gray podzol. Ash gray podzol. Remember continental type, continental margin. That is ash gray podzol. But you will find that the colors can change. So I want to tell you, ash gray to gray brown to red yellow. What are these? These are types of podzol. Types of podzol. So podzolization. Types of podzol, varieties of podzol, varieties of podzol soil as per temperature and humidity. Is everyone okay? Ash gray podzol is found where? Temperate belt plus continental. Grey brown, temperate belt plus maritime. Red yellow podzol, you'll be surprised, is found in subtropical latitude. Subtropical latitude. So tropical latitudes we find latosols. Tropical latitudes we find latosols. But as we go to the subtropical, we find podzol, red yellow, then grey brown in temperate and this thing. So can I say either I can find 10 to 30 maybe अपने पास latosol ही होगा. But when we are here, subtropical belt. Can I say subtropical belt? 23.5 and beyond. Can I find in this belt? Can I find red yellow? True. And here what will I find? Ash gray in the center, continental, and on the coastal areas I can find grey brown podzol. Is everyone okay? So podzol is spread out a little wider. Podzol is spread out a little wider. Clear? So can I say ash gray इधर थोड़ा सा grey brown होगा? Possible? सब ट्रॉपिकल ईस्टर्न मार्जिन में यहाँ क्या हो सकता है? रेड येलो पोdzol. एवरीवन क्लियर? So, but we have not made a map. Can you make a map over this? Do you get the geographical location? Do you get the geographical location? Sir, मुझे नहीं मिल रहा है. I'm not able to understand the geographical location. Right? If you just tell us the zone. Say for example, latosols. Latosols, where will I find? Equatorial belt plus tropical which belt? Humid belt. Is everyone okay? Because tropical has semi-arid also, savanna also, and tropical has desert also. Remember that? So equatorial belt, tropical thing. So what is happening here? Heavy precipitation and high temperature. So कहाँ मिलेगा? Equatorial belt में. Can I say Brazil, Congo, Southeast Asian archipelago? Remember, there is a continent, there is a peninsular Southeast Asia, and there is an archipelagic Southeast Asia. If you've done those foundation classes. ये तो समझ में इक्वेटोरियल. ट्रॉपिकल में जब हम आते हैं, ट्रॉपिकल में कैन आई से वेस्टर्न घाट, वेस्टर्न घाट्स ऑफ इंडिया, सेंट्रल इंडियन पेनिनसुला, इंक्लूडिंग सतपुड़ा, इंक्लूडिंग छोटा नागपुर प्लेटू, इंक्लूडिंग एट प्लेसेस ईस्टर्न घाट्स ऑल्सो. सर इधर तो पानी नहीं आ रहा है. रिमेंबर मॉनसून ब्रांचेस व्हेन दे रीच ओवर देयर दे विल गिव सम रेनफॉल. यस. केप यॉर्क पेनिनसुला ऑफ विच कॉन्टिनेंट? जल्दी से बताओ. केप यॉर्क पेनिनसुला, ऑस्ट्रेलिया. इफ यू रिमेंबर ऐसा बनाया था ऑस्ट्रेलिया. दिस इज द केप यॉर्क पेनिनसुला. यहाँ पर सूडो मॉनसून आता है, मॉनसूनल विंड्स. अगेन सेइंग इफ यू हैव नॉट लुक्ड एट दैट बेसिक क्लासेस में जब हमने मैप किया था वर्ल्ड मैप, दैट हैज टू बी डन. सो वो पूरा का पूरा जो बेल्ट है, इक्वेटोरियल बेल्ट, ब्राजीलियन शील्ड, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ईस्ट कोस्ट, ब्राजीलियन शील्ड, ईस्ट कोस्ट इज द हेवी पार्ट ऑफ इट, एंड इक्वेटोरियल ब्राजील इज ऑलरेडी देयर. डू वी हैव फॉरेस्ट ओवर देयर? फॉरेस्ट भी होता है कि नहीं होता इधर? हाँ सर, फॉरेस्ट भी होता है. सो दैट इज व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. प्लीज एवरीवन विद मी. एनी क्वेश्चंस प्लीज आस्क. पोज़ोल कहाँ पर होगा? टाइगर बेल्ट. Tiger belt is ash gray. Remember? If you remember, plus Siberian type. Remember temperate continental. Siberia आएगा. If you've done GC Leon, so this is Siberia type, no? What is X and what is Y? Quickly tell me. What is X and Y? What is X and Y? Box में X का नाम क्या था? Y का नाम क्या है? GC Leon. Y is British type. Okay. X is Laurentian type. Very good. So we are looking at distribution. So one is this, second is British plus Laurentian type region. What are these? These are east, west, maritime, temperate region. Yes or no? इधर कौन सा सॉइल है? अगेन पोर्टजोल ओनली, बट ग्रे brown पोर्टजोल. Is everyone okay? Because more moisture is there, so that is why this is there. Third one is subtropical eastern margin, which is China type. China type also has podzol, but red, yellow podzol. So if I'm looking at human activity, remember GC talks about human activity. Number one, I see, like there has been a lot of deforestation, Brazilian forest and all those things. Yes, so ecological crisis. Can I say that? After deforestation, what kind of agriculture do they do? After deforestation, what kind of agriculture they are known for? Yes, shifting cultivation and plantation cultivation. Remember palm plantation, coconut plantation, rubber plantation, tea plantation. Clear होना चाहिए, very very clear. We are looking at that. Either human activity में. So is shifting agriculture happening here or not? No. I would say we are looking at this belt as commercial forestry. True or not? Proper forest management is happening and they are into commercial forestry. This is one very very good thing about this area. In fact, you would have heard countries are monitoring the forest belt. All types of deforestation were banned in Norway. So you can understand what challenges the forest of Ecuador region are experiencing and what protection these are experiencing. Now there is an issue with fertility. Fertility and acidity issue, no? So what do? If you add lime and fertilizer, can be used for agriculture. So after adding lime and fertilizer, these have been used for. After adding lime and fertilizer, these have been used for agriculture also. Is everyone with me on this? Any questions? Please ask. Clear? Do you get the types of podzol also? Just by two tables. Just by two tables and a map, do we understand entire zonal system of petal fir? Everyone. Issues of leaching, issues of acidity, issues of commercial use, issues of pH. कुछ भी पूछेगा, कर सकते हैं नहीं कर सकते, just because we know the broad idea under that. ठीक है? I want to go to my table and I want to insert something, and here I have a problem. So let me tell you what is my problem. The problem is intrazonal. Intrazonal क्या होता है? What is intrazonal? Lies within a big zone. Lies within a big zone because of some local factor. Because of some local factor, it is facing a challenge. Yes, and as a result, the local factor decides its properties. The local factor decides its properties. With me on this? Is clear? It is the local factor that decides its property. So what is hydromorphic? A region which has become what? Waterlogged. So that is bog, meadow, llano soil. Have you heard of bogs and meadows? So this is what has happened in this area. It has become waterlogged. Everyone with me on this? Because of waterlogging, the conditions are like this. Possible? A lot of water is there, but it is not getting drained. That is not my point in contention. Point in contention is tundra. Everyone, do we have a very well-defined region called as tundra? True or not? Do we have a very well-defined region called as tundra? Yes? Yes, sir. So is it a zonal soil? It should be zonal soil. But the problem is this soil has properties only because of water logging. Remember? Thaw, THAW, melt for 1 to 2 months. Because of heating, what happens is thawing happens. 1 to 2 months ke liye it thaws. And the soil is not properly developed. It is always waterlogged, muddy, swampy. ऐसा है कुछ? So this has become a cocktail. Cocktail of what? Cocktail of zonal and intrazonal. So that is why tundra is an area. Everyone is clear about that. Tundra is water excess. Yes or no? Tundra is water excess, but I was not able to put it under zonal or intrazonal. So can you see I was forced to put it somewhere in between in my table. Tundra soil. Everyone clear about tundra soil? Are we done with pedal fir? Sir, hydromorphic आपने समझाया नहीं. I will tell you. But I'm just saying that within the zone there is a lot of water. within the zone there is a lot of water that is what collected, and that is why it is created over there. With me on this? Shall we visit our material? Now, I'm sure you have the printout with you. Light colored port zone, brown port zone, grey brown port zone, red yellow. Everyone clear? Latosol, reddish brown lateritic, black and background tropical. Is it okay? थोड़ा सा change of colors है. ये कहाँ पर मिलेगा? Where will I find it? Tropical, humid, around ये around 200 centimeters होता है. This is around 100 centimeters. Is everyone okay? Can there be grades? This is just grades. So डरना नहीं है उसमें. Moment you see lateritic, you know where we are talking about. Where we are talking about. Let's talk about intrazonal. Hydromorphic. Water से बने हुए. Marsh, swamp, bog, flat. Bog soil, meadow soil, alpine meadow, and plano soil. Alpine meadow is high altitude soils with poor drainage, or if not poor drainage, the soil has special system. Zonal soil are the ones which are developed over a zone, well developed form where some local factor. Intrazonal is local factor. Zonal is on major factor. Do we get that? Zonal soils of humid climate, what do we call them? Ped alpha. So latosols, chemical and mechanical decomposition. I made you write down chemical and mechanical. Silica is there. Sesqui oxides of iron and aluminum have accumulated in abundant. ऊपर ही रहते हैं, they don't come down. Humus is almost entirely lacking because of bacterial activity. So please get that. जो भी बोल रहा हूँ वो लिखा भी होता है इधर. Yes, whatever I made you write down. So many people अभी लिखवा के यहाँ पे भी लिखा हुआ. Yes. Podzol. Of the soil of the cool humid region, we have the podzol ones. Get that? Podzol have provided model profile. Podzolization happens where in the world? Remember podzol cool areas? I told you Great Lake region, Canada, and all those things. So these are case studies. If you wish, you can take them. Grey brown podzol. Grey brown podzol. They differ from podzol in that leaching is less intense. Because you're going down, so leaching is less intense. That is why it has happened. They occupy eastern and central. So can I say eastern USA is Laurentian type? Is everyone okay? And these brown earth, इन्हीं को brown earth भी बोलते हैं. What do we call them? Grey brown is called brown earth. Where are they found? I said British type and Laurentian type. Can you see? Brown earth are widespread in Britain except in highlands. Clear? Let us come to red yellow. Red yellow क्या है? Warm areas. Warmer zones in subtropical climate. Get that? Warm summers, mild winters, favorable bacterial activity. So humus is being consumed over here. Red yellow podzolic soil respond well to fertilizer. Remember, if you put some fertilizer over there, they will become better. So tobacco, cotton, peanut. आपने US में देखा होगा. East margin, everyone, please pay attention. East margin, when it comes to your mind, it is China type. Okay? Because Asia, the China is touching it. Can I say even US will be touching US East Coast? US East Coast will also be touching this or not? Not Gulf type. Gulf तो नीचे हो गया. Gulf तो नीचे हो गया. Maritime हो गया. अभी हम temperate में आ गए. Gulf is always tropical. Gulf is tropical. Do we get that? Gulf finishes within that. So don't confuse with that. So I'm talking about 30. This is Laurentian. Just below Laurentian will be China type in US also. इधर आपने सुना है a famous place Virginia. Any memory? What is Virginia famous for? Virginia is famous for tobacco. So all leading brands of cigarette. Though I know the youth today is going down on cigarettes. Cigarettes कम हो गया है, but cigarette पीने वालों के लिए Virginia tobacco. All the famous brands 555, B&H, and all those Marlboros, they were all having Virginia tobacco. Do we get that? So China में ये tobacco, peanut ये इस बेल्ट में मिलता है. अब सिगरेट वाले सोचो, अच्छा ये वाला पीना था, मैं व्हील्स पे रह गया अभी तक. ट्रू. इंट्राजोनल क्या होता है? हाइड्रोमॉर्फिक सॉइल. Hydromorphic. Water is excess in all pedalfur. Is everyone clear that water is excess? Pedalfur is the zone of water excess. Is everyone clear with this? Pedalfur is the zone of water excess. Yes, we all know that. But if that water doesn't go down, what will happen? It will stop. So marsh, swamp, bog, moisture surplus will happen. So three of them come into this. One is bog soil, where bog vegetation region is there. Moist continental climatic glaciation. So remember Ice Age? Ice Age created what? Depressions. Correct? In these depressions, litter accumulated. And because they are low lying, what will happen when water will come? Will water also get accumulated? So now this is water as well as organic material. Remember the word clay horizon, clay, sticky, structureless clay. That is called bog soil. Everyone okay? So glaying soil is your bog soil. If you remember glaying as a process, so classic example is this. Now you also know that where in the world this is happening. Glaying of soils. Clear with me on this? If any questions, please ask. चलिए, let us move further then. Meadow soil. What is meadow? Floodplain of streams where drainage is somewhat better than bog, but nevertheless poor. Thick humus layer is developed overlying the sticky clay horizon. So there is a humus layer. So how do I show this? These are the banks of a river. The river flows through these. Is everyone okay? The river flows like this. Now, when the river overflows, will there be deposition of sediments? Yes or no? And this is how floodplains are created, everyone. River creates floodplains on the bank or not? So these floodplains are there. If floodplains don't have a proper slope, will the water get collected here? इन लोगों ने देखा होगा, even गंगा नदी के किनारे, across rivers like Ganga and all, if there are lower lying areas, in those patches water logging happens. Get that? So why is water surplus? Because river is bringing water every year. Annual floods are happening, so every year पानी तो आ रहा है. Water is coming every year. Yes or no? And vegetal matter is also there. So that vegetal matter will create what clay horizon, and then there are a lot of this thing. So I would say that it is not as waterlogged like a depression, but because of repeated water being available every year, and the drainage not very optimum, very little slope. So that's a problem. So everyone, tell me, A, B, C, D. Which is the case of poor drainage? Which surface is the case of poor drainage? So everybody is saying, sir, D is a case of poor drainage. I'm saying both D and C. C में भी ज़्यादा slope नहीं है ना बच्चे, पानी रुकेगा. If somebody throws water at your table, will it flow down? No, it will stay there. You'll have to tilt your table. Yes or no? So good drainage. Very good. Good. Possible drainage has an issue. Yes or no? You tell me, during construction errors, because of construction errors in your house, water may be stopping at some parts of the floor. Some parts of the bathroom, it is not going towards the drain. What is missing? Slope is missing. The right direction of the slope is not there. So your house is flat at places we need to have that slope. So slope is there. So do we understand poor drainage? Even roof, absolutely okay, Madhukar, you're correct. Sabko drainage samajh mein aa gaya. So do you understand hydromorphic? It lies in a bigger zone. But what has happened? What has happened is that water is not going there. So this one happened during the ice ages. What is this? This is bog soil. But if it is flat land, even then that can be there. And such soils are called planosols. What are they called? Planosol. ये क्या होता है सर? Plain पे जो सोल बनेगा, एकदम flat area पे जो सोल बनेगा. Another member of intrazonal pedalfer is this. They are strongly leach soils, flat or very gently sloping. High standing surface, huge area. Soil surfaces are abnormally thick. Planosols have a thick, dense clay horizon. In subhumid climate, planosols have a dense cemented horizon. With time, that gets cemented also. Is everyone okay? Can we say in all the three categories? In all the three categories, it is nothing but some problem with the drainage. Some problem with the drainage, and the biotic material comes and gets collected, and that creates all the problem. Is everyone okay? Or any questions on this? If there are any questions, please ask. अगर कोई प्रश्न है तो पूछें. Where do we show them on the map? Where do we show them on the map? जल्दी से बताइए. Where do I show them on the map? Intrazonal, where do I show? Cannot be depicted, no? ये तो zones है ना? These are big zones. Zonal will show on this. Intrazonal can be at local places. If you have an example, you can very well do that. There can be an example in any type. There can be example in China type. There can be example in Laurentian type. There can be example in British type. There can be example in Port Zone also. वो तो सभी जगह हो सकता है. A lake in equatorial rainforest. Can it have such a soil, the bog soil? Possible or not? Very much. So where is it? Not this thing, because they are not zonal. Is everyone okay? Let us look at this. The pedalfer region. Let us look at pedalfer region. Can you handle zonal as well as intrazonal? Because of the properties given in the tabular form, we learned latosol and portzol. Did we learn whatever is in between is because of change in temperature and humidity? Smart students will be learning this way. बैठ के सबको डिक्टेशन चाहिए. अरे भाई सबको डिक्टेशन चाहिए, यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है. लास्ट मिनट में रिवाइज कैसे करूँ? लास्ट मिनट आएगा तब तो रिवाइज करेगा. The way we are going, वैसे तो लास्ट मिनट आने ही नहीं वाले. And if you want to revise, I am sure this is a very good thing to revise on the last minute. I will revise through this. If you ask me, my last revision would be this box map, and everything I know about this box map. वो तुम्हारे पास की नहीं है. तुमको नोट चाहिए अभी, लिख लो. हमने कहा ना वो वाले हैं जो इतनी NCERT, this size of NCERT, and they turn it into this size of notes, and then keep calling. आप कब एग्जाम दे रही हो? क्यों? कुंडली निकाल के बताएगा कब देना चाहिए। Can we have a fresh page, everyone? A fresh page. Quickly, a fresh page, everyone. It is 13:08 to 13:13. 5 minutes break. Chalega? And after that, we have a question. Short note on pedalfer. Chalega? Have I explained? You have written also. The notes are also there or not? I am very sure, like these are notes. Dead patients are not notes. In Latosol, Podzol, do you have enough notes? Yes or no? And I've even seen in offline classes students sitting like this, 1 pen, 2 pen, 3 pen, ऐसे 5 color का pen होगा, green, blue, writing everything. उसके बाद लिखता है teacher told a joke, वो भी लिख लेता है. Teacher का खांसी आई वो भी लिखता है. And other natural things which the teacher is doing, all things are there and they call it notes. तो यार ये वालों का पता नहीं. I think these are very good notes. Please follow them. So 5 minutes break and then you have a short note. Quickly, ready? 5 minutes break. I'm around. If you want, people who don't want 5 minute break, you can revise this. And then we will write also. I'll give you, don't write before I tell you. I want to keep time today. Can we write it in 7 minutes? So take your break. So the break is over. Can we go for the question, everyone? Short note on pedalfer. What is the time now? 13:15 लेते हैं. 13:22. Everyone take a sheet. Don't worry. Please write. Please be confident. And I want to tell you that after what you've read, what you've understood, you can really do that. All the parameters are with you. Short note, pedalfer. Please start. A short note on pedalfers. So now this is probably the sixth answer that I'm making you write in the class. Yes, since climate and all that. First, tell me, is answer writing something? Are you getting some sense of answer writing? Are things changing or not? First of all, it doesn't change overnight. People who are trying to write, they would feel that yes, something is changing. First is now when you write, you know that I don't have to madly worry about that. I won't have content to write. It's a short note, 2 pages will be there. You know that I will have to have some intro, some body, some conclusion. Yes, sir. You also know that the content that I know is enough. So I have to talk about Red Alpha now. Get that? If you ask me my this thing, numerous soil classifications have been forwarded. The most important one is by Marbut, who divided the soils into two great types, pedocal and pedalfer. Let us discuss the pedalfer. Chalega? Simple, straight wala introduction. Straight introduction. Get that? I can also say, if you want to make it complex, you can say numerous pedogenic factors and regimes. Numerous pedogenic factors and regime have led to the creation of a representative soil in the hot and in the humid regions of warm and cool latitude, often referred to as pedalfers. So here I've used pedogenic regimes, pedogenic, that idea is also there. Referred to as pedalfers, as explained or as discussed below. चलेगा? I can give you a trick for a short note. I'm sure you have told me what are pedalfer. आपने बताया pedalfer क्या होता है? Did you tell me that? Did you tell me that these are the areas precipitation is greater than evapotranspiration? Did you tell me that? Did you tell me that there are two ends of it? Hot and humid, cold and humid. One is podzol, this is pedalfer. Did you tell me net movement of water is downward leaching and downward translocation? Did you tell me that these soils are acidic? Did you tell me that their variety changes because of the amount of moisture available? Gray, ash gray can turn into gray brown, can turn into brown, red, yellow. Yes, and lattice can. Did you also tell me that not very good for not very good for agriculture? Not very good for agriculture. Is that? Is everyone okay? Red alpha. Now tell me, how many of you really included intrazonal also? Intrazonal डाला? Intrazonal is a part of pedalfer. If you missed it, it's okay. But do you know that was to be included? So if you missed it, it's okay. I'm just saying, see, I know what are the mistakes which my students have been doing over the years. That's the advantage of a teacher telling you, oh yes, I understand. Intrazonal तो आना चाहिए, है ना? So यहीं पर body में I should have started with that there are zonal and intrazonal. But alpha should be seen in zonal and intrazonal. अपने आप the structuring of the answer. Now let us talk about intrazonal because of some localized factors. Water logging can happen. Bog, meadow, plenosol, no explanation needed. Saurabh says included but not written much. Saurabh, you've done it correct. If you have not written much, it's okay. एकदम सही जा रहे हो. Perfect. Happy? If you've done that. But geography नहीं है. So हम क्या करते हैं, इसका मैप दिखाना चाहिए. बॉक्स बना सकते हैं सर, टाइम लगता है सर उसमें. ठीक है, एरियाज बता दो. टेम्परेट बेल्ट, ट्रॉपिकल एंड इक्वेटोरियल बेल्ट. शॉर्ट नोट है. If you can't make it, I'm with it. But if you can make it, it will give visibility. True. Okay, you did good. Now tell me, everyone, this is not the best answer. This is not a very well structured answer. How many of you were able to do this much? If you were able to do this much. इंट्राजोनल नहीं गया, ठीक है, ये दिख रहा था, इतना हो गया. You are 40% into answer writing. That's a very good thing. That's a very, very good thing. What will make it 50%? What will make it 50%? When you learn to structure it. So, but you said let's go for 360%. Oh, when you learn intro and conclusion. So, what up, Sikuma? Well, I'm pushing you. First, the content should be there. No? First, I should not get those foolish ideas. I don't have notes. A Bhikari approach. How long will this continue? After such discussions in the class, after such discussions and after such writings in the class, you have the slides also where I write everything. If somebody says कि उसको notes नहीं मिलते, उससे ज़्यादा पैसा वसूल मसाला खाने वाले का मैं क्या करूं? What do I do if these are not notes? Everyone, are you happy with a journey to 40%? And I requested all of you, can you make it a habit that every second day, whatever topics are there, write a short note on that. Write a short note on that. Don't worry about checking. No, at least ये तो हो गया. Checking के लिए I'll keep on inviting. Yesterday I invited the GS people for answer. एक दिन आपको भी invite किया. Alternate days में it will keep on coming. You will also get a chance for writing answer. Don't worry, that thing will be there. But if you continue to live in that fool's paradise, अरे मेरे पास तो material नहीं है, ये नहीं हो गया. That's, come on, that's cheating, yeah. That's inauthentic. You're not being truthful to yourself also, and you're making a mockery of the whole thing. अबे नहीं तैयारी करनी मत करो यार, फंडा तो मत दो यार. Sarveshwar is saying 60% से भी ऊपर possible है. Sarveshwar, generally the examiner is not going, anyone is not going above 60. 360 के ऊपर दे नहीं रहा है. Yes, 360 देता भी नहीं. 320 अगर टच कर गया rarity में, या अजय जैन का 320 प्लस था. I think I remember Abhishek Agarwal was 319. अपनी प्रियंका शुक्ला she was 312. Last year तो 300 टच नहीं करने दिया. Who is this? Ayushi Jain 289 is the highest. Ayushi का 289 था. 270s 280s. So 360 के ऊपर नहीं दे रहा. Not there. ठीक है. Because I'm talking hypothetical things in the class that my notes will give you, this and that. That's not true. That is what the market has been, and that is what these marketing students are. They are least bothered about learning, as I told you, no. Majority 90% of the students तो यही मिलेंगे ना. Teacher का भी academic satisfaction will be low because 90% of the student, the crowds are these. Vast population able to read notes. Just that. Note इकट्ठे करना है. कर लिया, कोई टेंशन नहीं है. I am here to look for you reaching your dreams. And it is very much possible, and I'm glad that you were able to think and write the answer. Yes, you will get more chances. Somebody wrote to me a message that I was not able to submit. Will you give us more chances to submit and evaluate? I will. Don't worry. I am standing for you. I am on your side. Are you on your side? या आप अभी भी उसी में सोच रहे हो नोट्स कब लिखवाएगा? चलो, अब हम कहाँ पर आ गए? Everyone, let us come to पेडोकैल पे आ जाए. So everyone, difference between zonal and intrazonal for pedocal. Quickly. Zonal and intrazonal for pedocal. जल्दी से बताइए. So zonal will be found over a big region. Yes, I understand. And intrazonal, small region of what? Water logging. Everyone, quickly. Will there be water logging in intrazonal pedocal? No, sir. इधर तो पानी है ही नहीं ना. The issue is that water is coming up. Oh, then what will happen? So not water logging, salt logging will happen. Salt logging, calcification. Do you understand? इधर क्या होगा? उधर हाइड्रोमॉर्फिक था, इधर क्या होगा? Halo. Halo stands for salt. Halomorphic. समझ में आ गया? Can I say pedocals are soils of semi-arid and arid regions. Everyone with me on this? Semi-arid और arid region के जो soils हैं वो कहलाएंगे pedocal. Done. So, semi-arid soils में which vegetation is found? Which vegetation found in semi-arid? Quickly. Grassland. And arid? Desert. Can I say the soils of humid regions are pedalfers, and soils of grassland and deserts are pedocals. First thing, very clear. I said classification should make our life easy, not difficult. Yes or no? If it makes our life difficult, फिर फायदा क्या है? So अगर ये हुआ तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. Everyone with me on this? Clear? चलिए ठीक है. Let us move a little further then. Hydromorphic, allomorphic, zone में देखते हैं. So I am putting some names. And with gap, थोड़ा सा gap भी देंगे. I am putting the word chernozem. थोड़ा सा gap इधर, थोड़ा सा gap इधर. Get that? Chestnut. Chernozem, chestnut. Grey desert. Red desert. Recently in UPSC main examination for UPSC optional, instead of this, they said write a short note on arid soils. People were totally lost. Everyone vocabulary question, arid soils, soils found in arid region. If you don't have the concept clarity, if you mucked it up, can you see there will be errors? So arid soils are grey. Everyone, can we very clearly see that as one goes down in this direction, aridity increases. If aridity increases, the capillary action, the water moving up increases or not, and the water available also reduces. True or not? Can I say up to this are the arid soils? Arid soils are nothing but desert soils. And what are these? These are grassland soils. Is everyone okay? What are the favorite or famous grasslands that you've heard of? Savannas, okay. Prairies, okay. Savanna सुना सब. Steppes, prairies, होना चाहिए नहीं. Downs, temporary grassland. मधुकर, Patagonia तो कोई grassland नहीं है बच्चे. तो गलत पढ़ दे आप. Patagonia is a desert. So you got it wrong. True. जहाँ गलत है वो गलत है. I'm looking at this. So everyone, I'm writing here. Prairies. I'm writing here. Steppes. And I'm writing here. Savanna. Is everyone okay? I will tell you. Pedocals are regions of Dushyant, the way you have written it, savanna, campos, cuttingas, meadows, pustas, wells, ये अलग है, कैटेगरी अलग है दोनों. ठीक है, ये रखने का फायदा नहीं. रटवा तो दिया, एक ट्रॉपिकल एक टेम्परेट है, जमीन आसमान का फर्क. So everyone, I want to tell you, if I ask you, you have to tell me up or down. As I'm going down this line, what happens to the moisture content? And you also keep adding. ये वाला टेबल बना लो, जल्दी से बना लो. And I'm going to ask you questions. These are going to be your properties of the soil. Quickly make this. Everyone make this. These are smart ways of making notes. Quickly make this. Done? Okay. What happens to the moisture content? As I go down? Reduces. So can you put an arrow like this? Reduces. Okay. What happens to rainfall? So moisture content can be through rivers and other things also. So that's what we're talking about. What happens to the pH value? pH. So what is pH? Remember acidity. So are they acidic or basic? Acidity, basicity. Remember those salts: calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium. Pedalfur are acidic, pedocals are basic soil, because salts come up. So what will happen to the pH value? Salts coming up, pH value. Where will be more capillary action, which will try to bring salts up? जो लाएगा वो जाएगा, pH value should increase. Is everyone okay? अच्छा, pH value will increase. ठीक है. एक favorite thing of plants is calcium. Calcium content. calcium content. Remember previously we were talking about silica content. Silica content there, aluminum ion content over there. Here is calcium content. What will happen? It will increase, sir, because salts are increasing, so calcium content increase. Acha, one more thing, moisture holding capacity. I hope you are also writing here only. These are the properties of these soil. Moisture holding capacity. What happens? Moisture holding capacity increase or decrease? Moisture holding capacity. Sir, ये किससे जुड़ा हुआ है? Remember, this is to do with the porosity. Moisture holding is porosity. Do not think about air. Moisture holding capacity. The soil which has higher clay content will hold more, and the soil which has more sand content will hold less. Everyone has said increase, increase. Do you think that the deserts will hold more moisture? नशे में मधुकर क्या करते हो? कौन सा नशा करते हो? जल्दी बताओ. क्या बोल रहे हैं? Moisture. You put water in that. Which has more clay content? Which of them will have more clay content? Chernozem. Have you heard of that black soil? इसलिए exercise है. Moisture holding capacity goes down. Why does it go down? Because the clay content. What happens to the clay content? Clay content versus sand content. What happens to the clay content as they go down? Clay content decreases, sand content. What happens to the sand content? What happens to the texture? Does it become finer or coarser? So texture coarse होता जाता है. Texture will become coarser. Yes. True. Capillary action. What will happen? Increase or decrease? It will increase. Now everyone, tell me one thing. Look at the idea which I want to share with all of you. थोड़ा सा ध्यान दीजिए. If you know the properties of chernozem, do you know the properties of all others with respect to chernozem? Smartly know chernozem. Smartly know chernozem. All others are known. Yes. Chernozem. Tropical chernozem. Savanna. Chestnut. हो जाएगा? Prairie. Take a turn. Desert. Which desert? Grey desert. और परेशान करोगे तो red desert. Can you see that? The story will start from prairie, chernozem, chestnut, tropical chernozem, savanna, and then it will go like this. Grey desert. The gradation is there. सर इधर नहीं आया. अरे लैटोसोल होगा नहीं यार. लैटोसोल की भी वैरायटी थी ना. लैटोसोल वैराइटीज. हाँ. What is left now? एक ही डब्बा बचा है. बाकी तो हो गया. First of all, give me a green on this that you understood this. Then I'll tell you what to write. वो चिंता नहीं करो. But यहाँ का बताओ. Is it done or not? Does it make sense? If we are able to capture the trends intelligently, we will have to remember only this diagram. World soils are known from this and these comparative tables. Latosol, podzol, play with it. Latosol, podzol, you can play with it. Zonal is zonal. The table is there. Play with it. Now you tell me, if you tell me, sir, last minute just before the examination, will a full page of descriptive dictation help or this will help? This is going to help here. And if I have time, I can check from here. Can I check or not? Absolutely, I can check. And sir, latosol has also variety and podzol also has variety. Yes or no? So podzol to grey, brown, red, yellow, that is there. And इसमें भी तीनों हमने कर दिया. And all those varieties have been there and that also. Tundra soil. Remember tundra mein? What did I tell you? Tundra. It is so widespread that it is zonal. But it is poorly drained, so it is intrazonal. It has got so much of humus and peat that it starts giving methane, and you know it is permafrost is known for methane. And because it is not properly formed, so it is not having soil profile, proper soil profile. Whereas zonals will develop their proper soil profile also. Everyone with me on this or not? समझ आ रहा है? नहीं आ रहा है? In parts of central Alaska, principally in the valley of Yukon and Tanana, the dark colored soil is called the Arctic brown forest. एक category भी कर दिया उसमें. Tundra causes equally complex variation in the soil. Decomposition keeps on happening. Peaty layer. The soils are very thin, not very well grown, except for the brown polar desert soil. So एक यहाँ पर हमने Arctic brown forest soil भी है, brown desert soil भी है. ये कौन से cold deserts के? These are polar ones. That is what we are talking about. Two names have been given. ठीक है. अब हम कहाँ पर आ गए? We have come to this chernozem of the zonal soils of semi-arid and subhumid. Remember semi-arid, subhumid. Most distinctive is chernozem style. Chernozem has two layers. Immediately beneath the grass, beneath the O layer, it is dark. Yes or no? In this layer, the soil structure is crumb or nut. Chernozem soil is rich in calcium. Remember, calcium content is high, which appears to be excess of calcium carbonate precipitated in the lower zone. नीचे से आता है. Why? Because capillary action is happening. Everyone okay with that? So whatever we were talking about, you will find that vocabulary in the books also. This soil largely occupies Ukraine. Sir, current affairs, sir, current affairs. बिजली की तार लो, लगा लो सॉकेट में, करंट मिलेगा. So sir, can you dictate notes and can you give current affairs? बात बात पे current. Well, you come to UP हरियाणा, बात बात पे they use some language that is quite current. उससे current लग जाता है, और solid current लगाती है. So this is what they've understood about current affairs. So can we see that it is Ukraine is the black soil region. Ukraine, Russia, that region is the steppe region. Steppe region. Do we get that? Prairie soil between Chernozem soil and grey brown Podzolik. Remember this grey brown Podzolik? There is this Chernozem and this thing there is prairie soil. तो ये समझ में नहीं आया कि उसके बीच में दिखा देते हैं. Between Podzol, grey brown Podzol, grey brown Podzol. Here we have prairies. Can you see prairies? Between Chernozem and Podzol will be prairies. The prairies will be on the moist side. Chestnut will be on the dry side. Is everyone okay? Out of three, if I have to compare only the desert one, grassland ones, everyone. If I have to compare grassland ones, three soils are of grassland. Can I say this is wetter, this is drier, and this is balance? So what do you mean by balance? Balance. Balance means this is the plant's need of water and plant's supply of water. If it is a balance, that is Chernozem. If little water more, prairie. If little water less, chestnut. Too less, will take it to desert. Too less will take it to desert. Do we get that? So within grassland, we can have three soils. अच्छा, इनके नॉर्थ में क्या है? इनके नॉर्थ में तो पोर्टजोल है. North of it there are portzols. So that is what they have written. North of it there are portzols. Where is ash grey? Very very cold. But because we have come to that latitude, so there will be grey brown, no? So grey brown portzol, and between Chernozem we have prairies. Is everyone okay? That is why I made that box. I made you also made that box because you are able to connect, think, and link over there. So all I need to do right now is tell you something about Chernozem. You know Chernozem के थोड़ा ऊपर जाएंगे तो prairie आ जाएगा, थोड़ा नीचे जाएंगे तो chestnut आ जाएगा. I hope you are comfortable with that. लिखे Chernozem पर. Shall we write something on Chernozems? Chernozem soil. They're also known as black earth. Can I check your alertness, everyone? Can I check your alertness? What are brown earths? What are brown earths? Black earth is Chernozem. What are brown earth? Brown earth क्या होता है? So British type. ओ देखो पोर्टजोल. British type यार. British type पोर्टजोल. Brown earth हो गया. Ash grey भी है and brown. जो पोर्टजोल है, pure पोर्टजोल is ash grey. So grey brown is brown earth. Is everyone okay? British type चलेगा. I say black earth is steppe type. In fact, this Chernozem word originates from Russian language. Russian language. This is where this is the steppe grassland of Ukraine-Russian border. As long as it is the border, हो सकता है Putin is able to change the border itself. Is it okay? So moisture, annual rainfall is around 50 to 60 centimeter. 50 to 60 centimeter. Get that? So that's okay. I think for this cold area, even that is sufficient for grass. 50 to 60 is semi-arid, but enough for grasses. Grasses are not only looking for water, thoda kam bhi chalega, but they are looking for bases. So here calcification is the process. Calcification is the process, and capillary action. Salts, what will happen? They will rise, and the pH will be acidic or basic. More than 7, less than 7. Jaldi batao. More than 7 or less than 7? More than 7, sir. Basic 7.4. Chalega? 7.4. Can I say clay content is high? Clay content is high, therefore moisture retention is high. pH भी समझ में आ गया, and that too is clear to all of us. I also want to tell you, इंडिया में भी है ये. क्या बात करो सर, इंडिया में कैसे आ गया? इंडिया वाले को बोलते हैं ट्रॉपिकल चर्नोजेम इन इंडिया. रेगुर सॉइल और ब्लैक सॉइल. यस, एक यूनिक प्रॉपर्टी होती है इसकी. क्या प्रॉपर्टी होती है चर्नोजेम की? प्रॉपर्टी cracks when dry, sticky when wet. Remember, cracks when dry, automatically cracks develop. हाँ, very good. सौरभ सही है saying sir, ये तो self plowing हो गया. Self plowing और plowing. Self plowing. प्लाव क्या होता है? उनकी जो जुताई होती है हल से जो होती है, so they do it themselves. वो cracking हो जाती है, aeration हो जाता है. Yes, इंडिया में खूब इसे यूज किया जाता है. किस चीज के लिए? डेंजरस क्रॉप्स which I call them cotton, sugarcane, soybean. Cotton, sugarcane, soybean. So that is there. Everyone okay? Are you with me? बट इफ दे आस्क अस समथिंग अबाउट प्रेरीज, प्रेरीज पूछा तो एक काम करना ना, ये कितना है 40 to 50, यस मेक दिस 60 to 70, ठीक है, या 50 to 60 रखो। इसका पीएच कितना था, तो 7.4, इसको क्या कर दोगे 7.3 कर दो। रिमेंबर ऑन टॉप और लीचिंग और ये एसिडिक होता जा रहा है। और चेस्टनट क्या करूं सर 7.5 चलेगा, तो चेस्टनट में रेंज कम कर दो 40 to 45 कर दो। Do we have answers for all three? Because we know just journalism. A smart student would be able to connect them. He would understand that this is there. थोड़ा values भी आ गए, एक का पता है 7.4, that one is more acidic, that one is more humid, that one is more cooler, yes or no? Out of them which will have they have capillary action, but which will have stronger capillary action, chestnut will have much stronger because वो और heat की तरफ। Clear, no clear, any questions please ask. If you have any questions please ask. So this is easy, and people make it very difficult कि यार ये कुछ भी पूछेगा and all those things. All we need to know is this, and as a geography student do we know where it is? In the interior of the continents. It is located in the interior of continents in tropical as well as temperate latitudes. In tropical latitude these are warm, sorry not temperate, इसको क्या बोलते हैं warm temperate, remember warm temperate and tropical. So middle of the continent tropical we have the savanna type where we have tropical chernozymes, जैसे इंडिया में भी आ गया। Chestnut is on this drier side, Chernozem, so they are in the mid of the continents, in the warm, temperate, and tropical. You can talk about the countries also. And remember from G.C. Leong chapters of temperate grassland के नाम बताइए मुझे, prairie, steppe, pampa, felds, South Africa, downs, इतना ही। उसके बाद चाइना में मंचूरिया आ जाता है, और ये कुछ लोग तब से पूछताछ कर रहे हैं of Europe. That's okay, but I'm just saying that's an extension of your steppes only. और नीचे मंचूरिया उधर कैंटरबरी प्लेन ऑफ न्यूजीलैंड, that's also there. Tropical में जब आते हैं, tropical में the word is savanna everywhere. Only in South America we have campos and llanos. Remember llanos and campos? That also I've already told you. You can very well use them. Do you have geographical locations to talk about? Do you have the properties to talk about? Do you have a process to talk about? Yes. What is the? मेरा ग्रैंड चैको दुष्यंत है ही नहीं ग्रासलैंड, इसलिए मैं कह रहा हूँ आपने जो लिस्ट भी बनाई थी वो एसएससी की लूसेंट की रची हुई लिस्ट है, और पहली बार नहीं कर रहे हो, कई बार कर रहे हो, मैंने बोलना छोड़ दिया है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है भाई। ग्रैंड चैको इज नॉट अ ग्रासलैंड, कहीं जाके ढूंढ लो, ग्रैंड चैको तो फॉरेस्टेड एरिया, ठीक है, मिक्स ट्रॉपिकल टेम्परेट, जो करना कर लो भाई, जहां से ढूंढना है ढूंढ लो। ग्रैंड चैको इज नॉट अ ग्रासलैंड, वाटर लॉक्ड एरिया है, पुअर ड्रेनेज का, इंट्राजोनल है, बट मैं तो कॉन्सेप्ट से चल रहा हूं ना, आप लूसेंट से चल रहे हो, यू मेमोराइज थिंग्स कर लो भाई। आई एम सेइंग दीस आर द की एरियाज, की इयर्स ऑफ योर लाइफ, की इयर्स ऑफ योर लाइफ। If it is about what is to be studied is important, what is not to be studied is equally important. When you made that list, that time itself I told you don't know much about grasslands, your list is talking about two different grasslands in the same breath, not possible. Yes sir? So if you say भगवान कृष्ण ने जब सुग्रीव से कहा कि बाली से युद्ध करो, so immediately you wondering भगवान कृष्ण, सुग्रीव and बाली, so either you don't know रामायण or you don't know महाभारत or you don't know it. इसलिए बता रहा हूँ, ग्रैंड चैको से मुझे इंप्रेस मत क्या करो, मैं डिप्रेस और हो जाता हूँ, क्या पढ़ा रहा हूँ, ये बच्चा सीख क्या रहा है, ठीक है, everyone with me on this? So grasslands I think you can handle, you have all those things with you, and just in case you are stuck, refer to these notes as well as the handout, it will help you. This is a very important one, जहां पर दिक्कत हो प्रॉपर्टीज में, ये लिस्ट ऑफ प्रॉपर्टीज को यूज करो, मजे से करो। I made you write down also at one page. I'm saying you read as many books as you want, you cannot make this table on your own. So this is a quick reckoner, ready reckoner at the end of the examination। चलो यहाँ आ गया, बाकी का कनेक्शन हमने उससे कर दिया। डेजर्ट क्या है, डेजर्ट, let us go to the desert part of it. Desert soils are also called arid soils, ठीक है, desert soils, arid soils, yes sir। तो इसमें मैं क्या लिखना चाहूंगा, what will I write? Desert soil, calcification very high, not only calcification, sodium, magnesium, potassium also comes, salinization happens, true or not? Calcification and salinization happens. Which weathering mostly? Mechanical weathering, can I say that? Aeolian, do we get that? Humus content, high or low? क्योंकि बायोमास ही नहीं है, ट्रू। न्यूट्रिएंट साइक्लिंग, क्विक अपटेक ऑफ मटेरियल एंड लॉस है ही नहीं भाई, मटेरियल नहीं, बायोमास प्रॉफिट वही नहीं है। इफ यू रिमेंबर आई हैव गिवन इन एनवायरनमेंट द टेबल ऑफ नेट प्राइमरी प्रोडक्टिविटी ऑफ एन इकोसिस्टम, दीज आर लो प्रोडक्टिविटी इकोसिस्टम्स, लो प्रोडक्टिविटी इकोसिस्टम्स, इकोसिस्टम्स, ट्रू और नॉट? Low productivity ecosystems. If we are looking at we are looking at here is a very clear case of climate change. Land degradation is one very big issue with desert soils. True. Desert soils, are they fertile or not? Not useful for agriculture till irrigated. सर ये क्या हुआ मतलब? अरे remember they have bases on top. Grasses love bases. Not useful for agriculture till irrigated. And imagine if there are seasonal streams, उनके आसपास there can be some fertile stretch. If you read NCERT, इंडिया में अरावलीज के पास में रोही होता है. रोही is fertile stretch on the western slopes of Aravali. NCERT में मिल जाएगा अगर किसी ने देखा हो तो. Western slopes of Aravali. Seasonal rivers are there, वो थोड़ा erode भी करेंगे. Organic material is there. So the problem is organic material. Problem is water retention तो porosity high है. अब problem ये हो गई, when I'm writing all this, no, everyone, when I'm writing this, I feel यार अभी तो लिखा था, I just wrote it just now. Moisture is low, rainfall is low, pH value is very high, calcium content is very high, moisture holding capacity, सब तो है desert के लिए. True or not? Identify क्या करने? Deserts of the world करने. Deserts of the world have to be identified. So what deserts we have? We have the tropical deserts and temperate mid latitude desert. We also call them the cold desert. Cold deserts के कुछ नाम बताएंगे? Some people, can you tell me some names of the cold deserts? Ladakh is because of altitude. Because of latitude की मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. Gobi desert, very good. Taklamakan desert, okay. So can I say Central Asian deserts also? Central Asian में क्या है? Khizilkum, Karakum. सर नोट्स लिखवा रहा हूँ. डाइजेस्ट होता नहीं है, that's a different story. यहाँ आएगा पैटागोनिया ऑफ साउथ अमेरिका, सेंट्रल एशिया, किजिलकुम, काराकुम. गोबी डेजर्ट ऑफ मंगोलिया, चाइना. तारिम बेसिन, टकलामकान. हाँ दुष्यंत, तुम्हें तो जरूरी था ये बताना कि दश्ते लुत क्या है. दुश्ते उल, ये क्या होता है? दुश्ते उल पूरा नाम बताना. हाँ तो क्या है दुष्यंत, नाम तो बता दो, सही बता दो स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक के बाद. आफ्टर स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक please correct it, tell me the correct spelling, I have no issues. दश्ते कबीर जो भी ग्रासलैंड में कर रहा था अभी भी कनकन वही कर रहा है. योर प्रिपरेशन इज वेरी लूसेंट. ठीक है, एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग जो आपने लिखा है. तो मुझे पता है तुम क्या लिख रहे हो. So everyone, deserts up to this, ये आ गया 30 degrees. These deserts will be tropical deserts. Everyone, these deserts will be tropical deserts. So दश्ते लुत, दश्ते कबीर, ये है Iranian desert. It is not a mid latitude cold desert. Do we get that? यही आप ग्रासलैंड में भी कर रहे थे कनकन, आप आगे भी करते रहोगे. This is the Arabian desert. An-Nafud, रबल खाली. इराक डेजर्ट, इराक का डेजर्ट है. यहाँ पर क्या है? This is Sahara. This is Nubian desert. This is Libyan desert. Yes, that's what we are talking about. यहाँ पर कौन सा आ जाता है? ये इसका है कैलिफोर्निया का डेजर्ट, कैलिफोर्निया मैक्सिकन डेजर्ट. इधर क्या आ रहा है? अटकामा डेजर्ट. इधर क्या आ रहा है? नामीब डेजर्ट. इधर क्या आ रहा है? वेस्ट ऑस्ट्रेलियन डेजर्ट. When I'm talking about those temperate cool desert की जब हम बात करते हैं तो इधर आता है आपका गोबी, इधर आता है सेंट्रल एशियन खिजिल एंड काराकुम, इधर आता है आपका पैटागोनिया. आई होप यू गेट दैट. सो जो इंडिया में आप लद्दाख कहते हो, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल्टीट्यूड. लद्दाख इज बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल्टीट्यूड. दैट्स अ डिफरेंट वन. बट लैटिट्यूडनली वी विल सी देम एज अ डेजर्ट. यहीं पर आपका मेरे ख्याल से कालाहारी भी आता है. ट्रू. If you remember, these are also called the trade wind deserts because trade winds are blowing offshore. True. इंडिया में भी डेजर्ट है, हमने थर्ड डेजर्ट लिया नहीं. इंडिया पाकिस्तान का भी डेजर्ट. ठीक है कनकन, तो बेटा सिर्फ रटो नहीं, अब तो ज्योग्राफी स्टूडेंट हो, काफी समय से पढ़ा रहे. एनीवन हु इज योर जीसी लियोंग में कितने अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन किया, कुछ टेंशन ही नहीं. कीप दैट जीसी लियोंग थिंग इन माइंड एवरीवन, दैट विल हेल्प यू अ लॉट. Clear? The box is done, the properties are done. Do you understand the difference between gray and red is nothing but the temperature only? Gray and red. ठीक है, यहाँ तक ठीक आ गया. अब क्या बचा? इंट्राजोनल. इंट्राजोनल इज हेलोमॉर्फिक एंड calcimorphic. Normally there is capillary action, but because of capillary action, if some place has too much of salt deposition close to the surface, if that salt is calcium wala salt, that is calcareous. If that salt is halomorphic, that is that. And I also want to tell you, halomorphic is actually due to capillary. Do you get that? Calcimorphic, on the other hand, is more due to parent material. So what do you mean by parent material? Remember karst region? Karst region. They will have high calcium in their soil. Is it because of calcification? Is it because of rising? No. Why? Parent material. Is it a local factor? Is it a local factor? When a soil acquires properties because of some local factor, is it intrazonal? True. Same connection like pedalfur, but there it was too much of water. Here there is special case. Either your parent material was calcimorphic or too much of salt came on the surface. Okay. So I hope you understood this. मैं add कर देता हूँ. Intrazonal, pedocal, intrazonal. Pedocal, intrazonal. Pedocal, intrazonal. So let me first do this. Halomorphic. Too much salt deposition on surface. So arid areas. Now salt has come on the surface and it has deposited a layer of shiny salt. In India, do we have any place where we have a layer of salt coming up? So Kutch. Oh, very good. And in Kutch, do we have a festival also? The Kutch festival, जिसमें पूरा salt होता, white people go for that. Yes or no? True. Run festival. Very good. So where will it happen? Why is it happening in the Kutch region? Is it because of calcification? No, sir, it is evaporation. But the sea water is there. So when the sea water evaporates, it leaves behind what? Salt. So already the area is rich in salt. Sea water or saline lake. And you evaporate it totally. Tell me which lake has dried up? Aral Sea. Uske baaju mein salt hoga. Have you heard of Dead Sea? Dead Sea, where people say you don't sink. Why don't you sink? Because the density is so high, so salt is there. On the sides of Dead Sea, as the sea is shrinking, will there be salt deposit or not? ऐसे salt को क्या बोलते हैं? Russian name, solonets or solonchak. कहाँ पर हो सकता है? Saline lake, sea water region. Possible. So soil rich in salt on the surface, on the edges of Sambar Lake also it is possible. Yes, Megha, it is possible. Everyone okay? यहाँ भी clear? कोई doubt है तो पूछो. Halomorphic. देखिए calcimorphic. So here we have not salt, we have calcium. पहला एक example देना चाहता हूँ. Along Mediterranean Sea, limestone rock as parent material. Karst region. आपने सुना है? Yugoslavia. Is it on that Mediterranean coast? So this soil is known as terra rossa soil. Terra rossa soil. Very good for grapes cultivation. Grapes के लिए अच्छा है. Grapes से फिर क्या बनेगा? Wine बनेगा. Grapes and wine manufacturing के लिए this soil is considered good. Everyone okay? Grapes and wine. Number 2. Let us go for number 2. Number 2 is Rendzina soil, also called as talking soil. Talking soil. ठीक है? Rendzina soil, talking soil. How can soil talk? So what happens is you are late at night, कॉलेज में फ्रेंड से मिलकर आए and late night party and you enter home. सब लोग सो चुके हैं, तुम दबे पांव आ रहे हो. Silently, slowly you are coming and then you suddenly step over a potato chips. आलू के चिप्स पर आपका पैर पड़ गया, पापड़ पे पैर पड़ गया, पॉलिथीन पे पैर पड़ गया और some foil. Will it make noise suddenly or not? So Rendzina soil is like made up of calcium shells, like egg shells. So imagine when you are plowing into a soil which is made up of calcium shells, will they crack or not? So when the farmer is plowing these regions, so click clack आवाज आती है, click clack. सर व्हाट इज क्लिक क्लैक सर, आई हैव नेवर हर्ड ऑफ इट. सो एक काम करो, अभी 6 अंडे लो, उस पर बैठ जाओ, टेक 6 eggs and sit on that like a hen. Whatever noise comes, that is click clack. Okay, so मैं कह रहा हूँ अच्छा ठीक है, make omelette and all those things, use the oils. Now whatever shells are remaining, उस पर बैठ जाओ, you can sit on that. That's also true. No sir, this is I am vegetarian. Okay, so make lijat papad. Yes, lot of those papad. Put it on the bed and lie down, jump on them and whatever. That is click clack. Okay, पूर्वी vegetarian. बिल्कुल ठीक. So that is there. So I was reading newspaper recently. अभी तक तो हिजाब पे बात चल रही थी, फिर बहुत सारी चीजों पे बात चल रही थी. अभी मैंने देखा न्यूज़पेपर सडनली मीडिया में मुद्दा है मांसाहार. Should we eat non-vegetarian? This is the biggest issue of the country today. ठीक है. फिर then I realized the month has changed actually. Month has changed. So the theme of the month is food. I think they started with हिंदी, थोड़ा सा शुरू हुआ है. वो अभी शुरू हुआ है अभी. अमित शाह जी ने कहा है नीचे से तमिलनाडु से आया, नहीं 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 हम नहीं मानेंगे, तो कभी ले आएंगे. Whenever needed they'll bring. अभी मांसाहार is good अभी because remember नवरात्र and this thing. तो ये महीना फूड पे जाने वाला है. तुम्हारे एग्जाम से किसी को कोई चिंता नहीं, ये फूड पे जाना है. नेक्स्ट मंथ इज देयर. सो जैसे योजना का डाइजेस्ट आता था, सो दिस मंथ इज फूड डाइजेस्ट. सो आई होप दे क्रिएट सम फेस्टिवल, नो फूड फेस्टिवल. यही कर दो, क्या टेंशन. इस बहाने कुछ अच्छा वेज भी खाऊंगा, नॉन वेज भी खाऊंगा, अपन दोनों खाते आ जाएंगे. Someday, in fact, when they are in mood, they will start alcohol debate also. तब सस्ती मिलेगी, महंगी मिलेगी. Remember, Arvind Kejriwal, they want that issue also. Arvind Kejriwal is, allowing, designer alcohol shops, private sector. एक वो भी चलेगा. फिर उस महीने लोग पिएंगे दबाकर. सही चल रहा है. ऐसे कुछ कुछ मंथ से हर मंथ का थीम होगा, बढ़िया चल रहा है. मंथ के साथ न्यूज चेंज. मीडिया वाले तो है, इनका वो होता है. जैसे मूवीज में भी पोस्टर बदला, फटा पोस्टर निकला, अर्नब गोस्वामी. सर यूनिवर्सिटी के स्टूडेंट फिर भी पढ़े लिखे हैं, लेकिन वहां भी ऐसा चल रहा है. यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़े लिखे स्टूडेंट, क्या बात कर रहा है. यूनिवर्सिटी पढ़े लिखे स्टूडेंट. शाम को मूवी. कौन यूनिवर्सिटी की बात कर रहा है? विच यूनिवर्सिटी? यूनिवर्सिटी तो कानपुर यूनिवर्सिटी में सारे पढ़े लिखे हैं. सबने अपने अपने कैंप बांध रखे हैं. सबका वही है, जॉब किसी को नहीं चाहिए. बीजेपी का और कांग्रेस का स्टूडेंट यूनियन है कि नहीं, एबीवीपी एनएसयूआई, और वो भी तो है अपने लेफ्ट वालों के भी तो है. पूर्वी सिंह 12th पास किया होगा तभी तो यूनिवर्सिटी में पहुंचा होगा. सो दैट्स ओके. 12th पास डिग्री डजंट मेक यू एजुकेटेड. नो पूर्वी, डिग्री डजंट मेक यू एजुकेटेड भाई. अटेंडिंग द क्लास, कोई एजुकेटेड नहीं है. नोट्स मिल रहे हैं कि नहीं, ये नोट्स ही है भाई, इसको क्या कहेंगे मुझे पता नहीं. Remember, salt lakes are called playas. When the playas dry, तो वहां पर हो जाता है. Salt lakes are also called salinas. Salt lakes के नाम. So do we have the regions also where intrazonal will be there? Pedocal, intrazonal, and all those things. Everyone clear? Just in case you are not clear. Intrazonal terra rosa soil. Limestone is the parent material. Terra rosa is typically found in Mediterranean climate. Good drainage. Why good drainage? Because dissolution happens, the water will go down. This makes popular soil for wine production. La Mancha in Spain, Australia में भी wine बहुत अच्छे से produce होती है. Red Zina, grey brown, initial stages of development. It has got carbonate rocks. So the limestone था, the carbonate, marl, chalk, limestone, that is there, and gypsum rocks are also there. Polish word zedic से आता है. Significant amount of gravel and stone. So clicking, screeching sound is being made up of that. Renzina is in UK. Renzina is into wherever limestone is there. You can see that. Saline soil, halomorphic, solon chalk, saline, and solonex is alkaline. Is everyone okay? I hope these words sound difficult. That is why I've taken that extra time to explain to you what are they. Saline soils have chloride, sulfate, carbonate of what? Na, Ca, sodium, potassium. I told you about those salts. Soils are light colored, show poorly developed horizon. Alkali soils, remember when we are talking about intrazonal do not have very well developed horizons. Mostly found in deserts, halomorphic. Solon chalks are in depressions which have salt crust. Salt का layer आ जाएगा उसमें. Yes, that's what we are talking about. Solodic soil develop when leaching is present and excess sodium causes the loss of clay. So this you need not worry about it. Exceptional case, that is what we are. Azonal पे आ जाए. What are azonal soils? Immature soils may exist because of the characteristic of the parent material, nature of terrain. Some factor is there. Floodplain is there, alluvial soil is there, regosol composed of dry loose dunes and this thing, lithosol. ये दो इसके example. So let me explain this if a question comes on azonal soil. Let us write notes for azonal soil also so that you people are comfortable. So दो होते हैं, regosol and lithosol. If you have any doubt about this, let me write down. This is mountain soil, regosol is alluvial soil. Can I say immature? Can I say transported soil? Can I say poorly developed horizons? Correct. Can I say fertile? Why fertile? I told you fertile. Why? Because multiple parent material. Multiple PMPM does not mean Pradhan Mantri only. It can mean parent material also. Yes or no? They have varied texture. Is everyone okay? Course to find depends upon the area of location. Near the river mouth, they will be fine. True. Can I say drainage variable? Drainage is variable because when they are close to the foothill, they have slope towards the delta that is there, and in fact, there is a chance of that intrazonal activities happening. Remember, if the slope is less, plenosol will be created, so that can also be there. So their mineral content is varied, their pH can be varied, and everything can be varied. So that's what we are talking about. Humus content generally high because they are fertile, they will grow the crops. So generally, we find the humus content is on a better side. Lithosols, they develop on the slope of a mountain. Can I say immature? Again, fully developed. Can I say they are not in a wide azonal or not in broad zones? They are not located in broad zones. Everyone with me on this? Is that clear? If any question, please ask. Immature, fully developed. Can I also say that these are also transported? Poorly developed horizons, they don't get the time. I would want to call them thin soils, thin or skeletal soils. Is everyone okay with that? Thin or skeletal soils, very thin, and huge grading of graded soil texture, generally coarse, even gravels, so gravelly pebbles, more over there. Remember that pediment ban jata usme. Only thing that can be done is silviculture. Only thing, silviculture only. Either good for agriculture. Can you see, because of their diverse parent material, that is what we are talking about. Either kya hai, drainage is very good. Remember drainage of water. So there will be mostly not water logging. If water logging happens, so remember those were the zones which we call those waterlogged regions as intrazone. But if zonal mein well drained hai, their water retention is low. Many things are a challenge. Is everyone okay? So though there are 70,000 types of soil, but Marbuth through his simplified classification made our life easier. He made our life easier by dividing all soils into two categories: the arid, semi-arid soils and the humid soils. Zonal, can you see podzol, grey, brown, red, yellow, latosol? Everyone comfortable with that? Bog, meadow, planosol, water logging. Tundra soil, I am confused. In a zone but has water logging. Here what did we have? Chernozem, chestnut, brown soil, reddish chestnut, reddish brown soil. Can you see ये chestnut की ही varieties हैं? And what do we have here? Grey desert and red desert. Saline soil, alkaline soil, Rendzina soil. Remember Solonchak, Solonets, and calcimorphic. So this is calcimorphic. These are halomorphic. I have given you more details. Lithosol are mountain soils and regosols are alluvial soils. I have given you their properties also. Everyone okay? If you have a question, please ask. If you have any question, please ask. Now, Marbuth had given us a simplified one, but I want to tell you everyone, towards the end of my slides, which I have shared with you, in the end, I wanted to tell you that US is still holding on to their own classificatory scheme of 11 orders. Remember 11 orders? What are these? Inceptisols, vertisol, antisol, eridisol, mollisol, spodsol, alpisol, altisol, oxysol, histosol, andisol. So do we have to remember them? No, you don't have to remember them, but उनका भी description हमने यहाँ पे डाल दिया है. And I have an easy way of talking about it. First of all, is the content there? तो लेकिन मैं तो notes के लिए हाँ notes भी देंगे यार. Notes के लिए आया है. I thought IAS बनने के लिए आया था. I may be wrong. So can you read this page? कल आज का homework बस एक ही है. Just read this page. Last page, no? All types. Read them. My job to make them easy. So tomorrow we'll spend 10 minutes on this. Just 10 minutes on this. And tomorrow we are going into global distribution of plants and animals. Is everyone comfortable with soil? एक आंसर भी लिख लिया हमने. Yes, we'll look at the PYQs also, and we'll look at this also. Please consolidate your soil, and whatever notes you have, they are there given in a way which are quick and easy to understand and draw in terms of maps, in terms of box, illustrations, flow charts. This is what note making is. I don't know which university में करके क्या आया कि अगर ये notes नहीं है तो what is this? Correct? So thank you. You all stay that extra 15-20 minutes with me. You write answers also. Congratulations for your persistence. Thanks a lot for showing all that trust and work that you are doing. And I wish you all the best. I'll see you tomorrow. Please make sure you do that homework of just reading that last page of soils, the USDA classification, 11 orders. Thank you. Bye-bye.